Hello, everybody. My name is Matthew Huang, and I am a current student at the University of California, Berkeley. I'm not at all endorsed by the university to do this. However, I think it's a good, standpoint and perspective on how to properly introduce Caltime to student workers who are working part-time with the university and who are new to the university work environment. So this will be an introduction to Caltime, how do you log your hours, how to clock in, how to clock out, as well as what to do if you have a more than two jobs with the university. So again, this is an introduction to Caltime. So we're first going to start with if you have a mobile device or desktop with you or a laptop when you are signing in to work. So if you have a desktop computer or laptop or mobile device, feel free to follow along here. So the first thing you want to do is open up a new tab, and you're going to look up Google search Caltime. The reason why you're Google searching Caltime will become very apparent in the future, but for right now, this is often best practice to just Google search Caltime and click on the first result that comes up, which is this one. So once you get to this page, you will have to click this access button, and you will then be prompted to sign in with your CalNet ID. In addition, you'll have to use two-factor authentication with Dual Mobile. And finally, you should be at this point where you see your time card as well as sort of these two buttons right here. So these two buttons are essentially how you will clock out and clock in. For those of you with only one job with the university, aka you only work for one department, you will only need to click this button right here in order to sign in and sign out. So when you are showing up for your shift and you want to sign in, you will click this button, which is record timestamp, and there will be a notification up here confirming that you indeed have recorded the time that you are signing in. Oftentimes, it will not show up in your physical time card. And in order for that to sort of show up, you will have to just click this little refresh button right here, and it should show up in your sign in column. In addition, when you are ready to sign out, it's the same process. Just go back to this sort of website, and you're going to click record timestamp again, and it should automatically sign you out. So again, for those of you with one job and one job only, you only need to worry about this button right here. For those of you with two jobs or two or more jobs with the university, you are going to have to do one extra step, which is clicking on this transfer drop-down menu. When you do so, you're going to see a list of departments that you work for. In this case, I only have one department because I only have one job at the university. However, if I had multiple jobs, I would either click this one or the second option, which would be my other job. So every time you sign in and sign out, you will have to specify whether or not it's the first job or the first department, the second job or the second department, etc., in order for those hours to be billed to the right department, so the right department can pay you. But after you click that, or after you click the correct department you're signing in for, you just have to click record timestamp, and all of the steps are the same. Once you record timestamp, notification will pop up here. And in order for it to be on the actual timesheet, you just click refresh here. Same thing when you sign out. If you do not have a phone or a computer, laptop with you during signing in for your shift, you will want to locate your nearest Kronos terminal, which is here. There are a bunch of these around campus, and essentially you will need your Cal ID, your physical Cal ID, in order to swipe and punch in. So let's just say, for example, if you have this Kronos time portal right here, you're basically going to take your Cal ID, swipe it down with the barcode facing the back, and you should get an accepted punch screen right here. Once again, if you have one job and one job only with the university, you can just swipe and it should be fine. It'll clock you in and clock you out normally. However, if you have 2 or more jobs with the university, you will have to do one extra step once again. So you're going to have to click on this standard transfer button first. Before you do anything, click the standard transfer button first with your finger. And this Caltime portal will ask you to swipe your Cal ID at that point, okay? Once you swipe your Cal ID, it should show you the different departments that you work for. In this case, there are 2 different departments, and you will click the right one that you are signing in for. And finally, once that happens, it will officially clock you in and clock you out. My recommendation is that after you using these terminals, you should go back onto Caltime once you are at home or once you have access to a mobile device, and just make sure that the times that you clocked in and clocked out are indeed the same. I want to just quickly, while we're here, go through an example. So Caltime does this very weird thing where if you exceed over, I believe, 7 hours, it will automatically deduct 1 hour from your time card. So an example of this is if you signed in at 8 a.m. and worked all the way to 4 p.m., which is a total of 8 hours. Unfortunately, Caltime will automatically deduct 1 hour. So instead of 8 hours, you'll be getting 7 hours. And this is simply because Caltime automatically, at that sort of 7-hour threshold, will automatically assume that you're taking a 1 hour lunch break. So in order to avoid that, you will have to contact your supervisor in order to rectify that mistake. So instead of 7 hours, it should be 8 hours. So just talk to your supervisor or email your supervisor, and they should be able to correct that for you. In addition, if you do not have access to any of these options, the Kronos portal or desktop, laptop, mobile device, what have you, you will have to just email your hours to your supervisor. Unfortunately, students do not have the privilege to sort of manually type in your hours. So for example, if you try typing in the timesheet, you cannot, simply because we do not have time card editing access. The only people who do have time card editing access are usually your supervisors. Therefore, if you do have a problem, or if you cannot sign in, or if you simply don't have any of these devices at your disposal, feel free to email your supervisor to sort of get the right hours reflected onto your timesheet. Finally, one word of advice is that at the end of every pay period, which is Saturdays, bi-weekly, you should make sure to come back here and check your hours to make sure that everything is a-okay. Again, just making sure that you're being paid the correct amount of time, as well as making sure that you're being paid if you are exceeding 7 hours or more without a break. So that is the different quirks of Caltime. Unfortunately, due to, I guess, a glitch, if you wait too long, or let's just say if you sign in on your mobile device and you clock in, do a 2-hour shift, and come back to that same web page, you're going to find that it's basically, you're going to find that there's going to be an error. So this page right here. If you see this page, this means that you are not doing sort of things correctly, simply because you can't sign in with your CalNet credentials. So again, what I recommend, the best practice is to simply just go to Caltime first, Google it, and then click on the home page and click access from there, and you should be able to sign in from there. But this only happens usually when you are, I guess, away for an extended period of time, and then you return to the web page and it looks like this. Just go back to Google, search of Caltime, and go to the home screen from there. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact the IT department at Cal. The IT department has a phone branch, a specific phone branch specifically for Caltime related issues. So if you have any problems signing in, or if you simply don't see what you're looking for in this video, feel free to give the IT department a call with their Caltime phone branch. Other than that, that is all I have for Caltime related issues, quirks, clocking in and clocking out. Good luck on all of your future endeavors, and hopefully Caltime works smoothly for you in the future and always.